What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. And today we'll be taking a look at this incredible Iron Man Civil War custom minifigure, which was made by Minigazer. And they sent this to me, so I want to say thank you right off the bat for supplying me with this figure to review here today. And I gotta say, guys, there are so many details to break down on this figure. We are going to take a very in-depth look. Now, I want to say right off the bat, with Minigazer having sent me this, I did drop a link in the description below where you can order this figure if you think that it is worth adding to your collection. We're going to break down if I think that that's the case, and I don't want to give spoilers right away, but thank you again to them for sending me this, and it's been great to review their figures so far. This is my second Minigazer review. My first was this Black Panther figure, also a Civil War figure, and he had this great helmet too, one of my favorite figures in my collection, and today we're going to see if Iron Man stacks up along with Black Panther. So let's dive in and start taking a closer look. So before we start taking a look at the figure, I've got to talk about the packaging. The packaging is absolutely amazing. You've got this Iron Man helmet and a Captain America shield kind of cameoed in the back there. You've got the number 105. I assume that's because this is numbered, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. And then you can see that the Minigazer logo is on the back, Facebook, Instagram logos, and you can actually open this case up, of course, to take the figure out, and this card is removable. Now, it's about the size of, like, a credit card or something like that, and it's actually, like, a nice kind of steel idea. So I don't know if it's, like, tin or what the actual, you know, little alloy that it's made of is, but it's a very nice, high-quality collector card that comes with this figure. And speaking of that, let's start taking a look at the figure itself. Alright guys, so when it comes to this figure, there is no shortage of amazing things to talk about. And truth be told, I think it's only fair to compare it to the actual LEGO Civil War version. So let's take a look at them side by side here, this of course being the official LEGO one. We can see that the Minigazer has a custom molded helmet that just looks fantastic. It's much more sleek compared to the LEGO one that we've gotten on lots of other Iron Mans. Another big comparison, of course, is the arm printing, or lack thereof, on the official LEGO version. There's also printing underneath the arms and on the side of the legs, so that's just absolutely incredible. But really the biggest stark difference, no pun intended, is that the Minigazer version is this very vibrant red color, whereas the LEGO one is more of a muted red. I have to be honest, I think that the LEGO color is a lot more accurate to MCU Iron Man, and this is a great change up, but if this figure was this color, it would be one of the greatest LEGO custom figures ever made. That's not saying that it's a bad figure, of course. It's just, I think that this muted color would fit in better with your other MCU Iron Man minifigures. So that's looking at the two side by side. I also want to point out, too, that the back of the legs here actually have printing on them as well. I think that that's a really fantastic addition, and it really helps turn a LEGO figure into more, like, comparable with an action figure, if that makes sense. More detail just brings this thing home. So we'll get that LEGO Iron Man out of the way and look closer at the Minigazer one. Okay, so starting up top, I want to take a look at the helmet. Now, the helmet is really fantastic because it is a custom molded piece. Now, all of the LEGO pieces, the torso, the legs, all of that, are real LEGO pieces. It's just that the helmet has been custom made by Minigazer. So it's really fantastic. You can see it lifts off and there's a red head underneath. And that's just so that when it's like this, there's not like a tan head popping out of the back. It just helps the figure look a little bit more suited up and complete. But the helmet is really great with that glossy gold look up front. We've got some great tinting in the eyes with the blue there, some black accenting on the forehead, and some great little divots in the cheek. It's molded so spectacularly well. There's what the inside looks like, and I'll flip it around back too so that you can see that there is some shaping around the back and the ears. Really fantastic. Now, while we're still in the torso area, I want to show you, moving the arm back, the fantastic printing on the side of this figure. I absolutely love when the hips connect to the torso, and you can see that that gold printing right there really does connect through and through. There's so many great little details printed on the arm there that just look fantastic. You can see just the intricate detail on the back with all of the lines and It is just so fantastic. I also love that there's black printing around the shoulder area. It really just helps flesh out the figure and make it look slightly more 3D than it actually is. So I absolutely love that. On the torso, I love the printing in the arc reactor that kind of makes it look like divoted in a little bit. I really, really like that. And just, again, so many great armor details, even coming down to the hips and every little thing there. Now, moving down to the leg area, I love that there's foot printing on the front. And once again, the hips connecting to the torso is just such a great little attention to detail that I absolutely love. Now, flipping on the side here, I'll move the hand again. I love all of this printing on, like, the side of the hip here. It's just an incredible figure. It really looks more like an action figure than a Lego figure with all of the detail. And something that I really love is when customizers print on the back of the legs. It's such a great attention to detail. I think Lego might get there eventually, but sometimes they seem so lazy with things, like the fact that we're only now getting arm printing in the Star Wars line, for example, on the 2020 Darth Vader. So I don't want to bash Lego or anything like that, but when these customizers go the extra mile to print on the sides and the back of the legs, I really think it shows what can be done with Lego figures without even having to change the pieces. It's just changing the process, and I am all for that. Now, to show you some of the other alternate options, this figure does come with a Tony Stark head and hair. The hair is just regular Lego hair, so nothing crazy there. But what's cool about the head is that it is a custom printed head, and he's got that black and blue eye there. Now, you can, of course, flip the hair around, too, and then he's got kind of an angry fighting face on this side, and I think it looks really good. Comparing it to, like, another Lego Tony Stark, for example, I don't know that stylistically it looks the same, as far as, like, the cartoony look that the Lego Tony Stark tends to have, but it is a very great rendition of Robert Downey Jr., no doubt, so that's very cool. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that there are two versions of this figure. The figure itself is exactly the same, it's just that one version come with these little, like, fire things that you can put in his hand to show blasts. I think they look cool, but it does drive the price up considerably, so I don't think that if I were to buy this figure with my own money, I would go for these, but for those of you that like to do dioramas and things like that, I can absolutely see these coming in handy, so I can't say they're bad or anything, it's just for how much it jacks up the price, it would not be for me if I were paying for this myself. So let's go ahead and zoom out and I'll give you my final thoughts on this figure and we'll round this video out. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this review. Needless to say, this figure is insanely detailed, has so much to offer, and is really a great figure. It's very pricey, so I can understand if not everybody's gonna get it, but for you die-hard custom minifigure fans, I think that this is another one you're gonna have to add to your collection. So like I said, thanks again to Minigazer for sending me this, and be sure to visit the link in the description below to pick up your copy of this figure before they're gone forever. Alright guys, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you guys on the next video. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.